Hi everyone. I am so happy to be in control. I now look at the way that my body functions, and there are certain functions that are working in control, and there are others that are a little more fluid. So I am within Mastermind Empire, and Mastermind is a great place for us to retain all that we have captured as well as to organize better. I'm going to show a picture of how beautiful Africa can be. Look at the landscaping. So, this is a picture of some beautiful landscaping. Looks like heaven. Looks like a heavenly order. So, that's an example of heavenly order, but that is just the landscaping. I won't speak for the entire scene. Now, as we continue, I'm going to go ahead and read some things that I have established as I continue to look at my cosmic destiny. Now, one of the things that's going to be a little confusing is that it seems like I am following a spring schedule, but I am an autumn baby. So when you look at the way the cosmos are broken up across the world to different populations and different cultures, they're two distinct entities. But me, myself, I always follow what I want. I don't really break up the cosmos in the way that everybody else does. So I had some questions about things that are going on, and they've been going on the same way for a very long time. Most of these questions were answered, and I'll read to you the script that I wrote, but all of the questions that I have in that script have been answered by myself. So it says here, it's the theme of looking for magic in the entangled forest. And here we are. So after the opening, I asked a series of questions. 1, are you a familiar spirit? 2, where are you from? 3, have you lived in aquatic environments ever? 4, I have so much hidden. Do you believe in light beings? 5, what are you repping, as in representing? 6, are you happy to be whoosh? 7, when did you realize that living in the club wasn't the worst thing that could happen? 8 is just something that I added just to see where he is. Do you believe in us? So that is the scene. I think it's a good script. It still is a good script. I'm just going to have to do it later. Now, I wrote a second script for the Empire. All right. So I'm going to look at the currency that I am drawing for myself and my empire. And it is important that I include mention of Abdul-Salam Khan because he is a pivotal point in the creation of my empire. He really is. And I think that he should be included on the currency, the paper currency, as in money. So I'm going to read a description of our money. And there are so many signs. There are literally count. There are just counting. I see just signs forever. There are signs forever. So that means that since there are so many signs, all I do is collect and place the ones that are in my favor directly. So it says here, it's based on currency we use on Earth. There's going to be a blue dragon, Abdul's bust, my bust, words Salam and Dillworth. There's going to be an O and pearls around MAR with a peace symbol, and it's going to look like a Mercedes Benz symbol. It will have in Latin, possibly with a translation, "In May We Trust," octagon jade with a resonating pattern, and some reference to pesos and AMA, which is my entity. All right, so our currency looks really, really good. I'm really proud of what we did. Um, as you know, March and May are the two most important months to myself. And it has a lot to do with the fact that I am literally obsessed with M patterns. Um, I when I figured out that my love for the con is because I'm really just overjoyed to be in contact with someone who has such strong circuits and who can meet me mentally. When I figured that I can really connect with him in a mental way that I couldn't with those that I normally surround myself with, I realized that maybe I need to look deeper. And when I look deeper, there's a lot of correlation between March and May, and they're very different. They're very distinct, even in my scheduling. Like I said, my scheduling is centered around March, but May is who I consider to be the first produce, is the first air. So, with that being said, I am so happy to be an Indian goddess as well as empress of all the Americas. I will continue on making the statement the way that I am currently arranging my empire, but I'm gonna leave opinions on the outside, and they will be placed when I feel there's a need, because I am the best representation for myself. And when I say myself, I just mean Marguerite Lurleen Dillworth-Salam. That's what I intend. When you hear those, I want you to think of representing myself. I am the only one who takes that amount of care and can put the pieces together in a way that makes sense for Marguerite Lurleen Dillworth Salam. So I think it was a good use of time. I'm ready to move forward. Um, I only represent myself and my companies. Mastermind is commonly referred to as Double M, strong in all 50 US states. As you know, I created the market, the Nije market, Nije. I've literally done so much that when people don't respond the way that they are supposed to, it is upsetting to myself. But that is the reason why I keep outsiders outside. And I did make the university aware that they have so many infractions that I have to make a public statement to them as well. So they are not, I won't tolerate their disrespect either. Disrespect will not be tolerated. They now have a violation in writing from my empire. Now, the Wu Empire is distinct from my own empire, and I'm walking into my own. So that's something that I will always embrace. That is something that I will always walk in joy. And I never, ever, ever regret the decision to leave such a disrespectful place. Now, when I did make that clear, I still think there's a high quality of education, but the benefits do not outweigh the bad. The bad is there, and I think I'm a good product, but even the things that I do, I know that there is a lot of room for improvement, and that's why I am staying with the empire. All right, so that is the extent of what we are going to be speaking about in this particular video. I think that I'm getting a lot of repeat A's, and whenever I get repeat A's, which is the highest grade in our system, it means that I'm on the same wavelength as my Chinese empress lines. And her regency began in 1861. So that is 1861. And I think that I am extremely blessed. As I look at what I am doing compared to the empress, I see how blessed I am. And even to be within the Wu community is a blessing. But we're so distinct that it's almost like I have an eternal ray they can never, ever, ever take away from me. And I won't give it to them. I'm not going to give them the title because they don't deserve it from me. But, from one empire to the next, if they see the opportunity and they want to do the work for themselves, then hey, they're more than welcome to do their own work and give themselves their own titles. I have mine. I earned it. I think that I put the pieces together well. All they did was give me a piece of paper and I agreed. Everything else, I did myself. So don't ever get the game twisted. Don't get it twisted and think I just do this stuff for fun. No, I'm doing it because I want to make a better way for my children and myself in my home. I don't have to have sex with every man to love him, because I do love the Khan. And me and the Khan are intimate by phone. All right? I would never endanger someone who is trying to help me. But the way that there were some people in my primary community that treated me in a way that I would never treat an empress. Never, ever. So because of that, I completely cut them off. In the words of Iggy Azalea, the class of 2011, the majority of them are cut off, so they are no longer beneficiaries. I am still within the Wu community as a functioning whole member. And in the words of Iggy Azalea, they are broke hoes. And that's how you know they are not with me. So I know that things seem a little out of order, and they were. So because they want to treat other individuals in such a manner, every single thing will be responded to with the proper amount of force. Thank you all. I am trying as hard as I can to comprehend. I think I'm doing a good job of comprehending, and it's a very, very good party. It's the best decision I have ever personally made for myself in my home. And I will probably never ever be able to understand why they have so many infractions against me personally, based off of something that has nothing to do with my education and has nothing to do with me as a person. I'm still growing as a person. I am still growing as a person. And every single broadcast I do, I'm going to retain for myself. Every single recording that I do, I'm going to retain for myself. And I'm going to look over everything. I'm going to look over every single thing that has been done. It still does not compare to the love and joy I feel being a part of a larger empire. And I am now the Empress. So the title is retained for me, as in representing Marguerite Lurleen Dillworth and her empire, and it is retained for my heir, as in my children, my child, my firstborn, my pride and joy, my baby boy. And I will never go back to the primary community that treated me so harshly with no reason. There was no reason for the way that I was treated. I will never return to that community. So I'm very happy. I do not want anybody to make another sacrifice for something that doesn't directly benefit them. I think if you have to make a sacrifice, do it for yourself. And that is exactly why I am at home. That is exactly why I am still a revered member of the community. And I hope and pray things get better. But I have my own empire now. And when I saw that I have some correlation with the Empress of China, who began her regency in 1861, I thought it was a good impression. It's a good impression and it's a good correlation. But we're distinct. As the months of March and May, it's very distinct. And I do place priority with March, but May is between a man and a woman. It's like the love between man and a woman. And that's only because we're thinking of having children. We don't have to necessarily have sexual contact to produce the children that I dream of, but that is only because we respect each other's bodies. Yes, I respect his body. No, we are not married, but I place priority with children before marriage. Good evening.